Is live. All right. Well, I hope people are doing all right. This is 3/21, 2020, March 21st, and everybody's in the house. Maybe tomorrow more so. More so. I saw a couple of cars out there as I was taking my son to the Amazon. Amazon is doing pretty well. I could imagine with all these retail stores. Yeah, probably people don't want to even step into them with all this coronavirus stuff. So, how do you say, I'm sure these online places. So let's get to our Bible reading here. And I want to look up in Genesis. I don't know exactly, doubt it if it's under the whole name Genesis, but maybe under GEN. See what happens here. I don't know why. Sometimes this thing it works okay, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I have just about the whole Bible in a how do you say, in text format. So, and I think I have it all the Bible on audio. So here goes one which is King James version. If there's some word that I don't understand, I will be looking it up. If not, I guess it says in Genesis 1. Hopefully, I'll be able to do this and stay on point. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And I have made a note here that I love that God doesn't say exactly how he did it, just that it came to be. The word in John says, no, the word says in John, the word in Spanish, el verbo. The verbo means, verbo is denotes action. It's the verb. We are very happy that God has all the power. We could read like in John, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. God spoke all things into existence. Jesus made all things. Colossians 1 and 17 says, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have preeminence. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. And in Hebrews 1, and it says here, verse 2, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory in the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. Okay, so when the Bible talks about name, not talking so much like we here in the United States and other places just use a name as a kind of like a label. Back then, when they're talking about a name, they're talking about authority. Uh, Even the demons know this because they will flee when you tell them to get out in the name of Jesus. And if they don't, you're gonna have to go into prayer and fasting because obviously what you got on your hands is a little bit more than your average run of the mill demon. And going back to Genesis, it says in verse 2, it says, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Um, I'm remembering now that there was a joke that said there was once these three guys, and they were talking about what was the oldest profession. It was an architect, a gardener, and a lawyer. And the gardener, he says, mine is. He says mine is the oldest profession because in the Garden of Eden, God had me. My first job was being a gardener. Adam was a gardener, which was the first job. And then the architect says, "No, no, 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 no." He says, mine was." He says, "Mine was older because God framed the earth, and it was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep." And the lawyer says, "Ah, but who created the darkness?" Uh, I think it was more like confusion or something like that. I don't know, but say that the lawyer was the one who created the void and the darkness. You know, that's just it's a void. Void probably means it was without form and void. Let's see what that word void means. Void. I am void of anything. It's like I have nothing. Well, we already into 8 minutes here. Let me see what void is. Usually, these definitions on the computer, they usually have a lot of different things here. I like the way it sounds. Maybe it doesn't come out. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Void. Not valid or legally binding, completely empty as an adjective, which is what we're looking for, right? If it's used as a noun, and it's like a gap, a space, a blank, a vacuum. I was going to say a volume. Maybe I need the volume. Okay, so we done covered up to Revelation. Revelation. We had one, but that was this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna put down here. If anybody has any comments, I think I have like one or two people that actually watch this. But if you have any comment, you can leave it on the Facebook, or if I'm sure some of you probably know better these gap theories than me. Uh, you could put down your presentations, I know there was one guy who actually had like a little model of the Earth, and then it was like covered in the water and everything. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty cool. You could actually see like a cutaway of how the water covered the Earth, and it looked very beautiful. I just don't remember it. I just don't remember the person's name. He was a Christian scientist. So not a Christian scientist in the sense that he hangs out over here in Clearwater. He was a scientist that just happened to be Christian. Maybe that's the correct way of saying it. So I'm going to just stop it right here because I've already been doing this here for 11 minutes. And we're just going to stop there, and hopefully every day, if we can give it 10 minutes over here in this live stream, uh, we can we can do something. Now we're over here. I'm here in Brandon, Florida right now, and this coronavirus has taken over a lot of this culture here, a lot of the culture, and it's really been uh, quite a trip. Big change. You know, we're losing our options. Monday will be the last day we can go to the beach over here in Clearwater. I don't know about St. Pete. Churches are all closed. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they could use gloves. I guess people can come in with gloves, use like a mask, something, one of those plastic things that they use to cover their face, so that this way they can't get sneezed on, and it won't go into their eyes or their nose or their mouth. I don't know. I guess motorcycle riders could use their helmets in church. I don't know. I really don't know. Or what the beekeepers, they got their make a beekeeper outfit. There you go. We'll go. Everybody will go out to the Home Depot and get some of that real fine netting, that people can use. Uh, but I really don't understand why the churches have closed. To tell you the truth, I mean, if it could only be spread by, okay, let's say that, I mean, if people wear gloves and I mean, I just don't understand it. Even if you don't have a glove, get a T-shirt and put it around your face. I mean, when you was a kid, you did it, didn't you? Now, come on, now, didn't you play like Cowboys and Indians or whatever, or Cowboys and Robbers or whatever? And when you play the bad guy, you would cover your face, something with a T-shirt or something. So hey, you know, I just don't. Of course, we are the church, as has been pointed out to me. We are the church, no doubt about it. But I think, especially for new people, for new converts, I think it's very important. They might not grasp the concept of church, seeing the benefit of going to church. Some of the older people don't even see the benefit of going to church. Sometimes I don't see the benefit of going to church, but we are commanded to do not forsake the assembling of people, and I think that's important. And hopefully, maybe I could find somebody to go with me and do some evangelism here. I have a little chest piece there. I can actually put this on my chest and walk around, and this will be kind of like my witness, I guess, of anything going on. And this is a great little invention here with these cameras. This is like GoPro-ish. It's not the GoPro. It's GoPro-ish. In other words, it's a lot cheaper than. Okay. Well, So maybe that's what I'll do if I can't find anybody to go out with me. Sometimes it's very hard. I sometimes I ask for people to go with me, they don't go or whatever. Maybe I need to brush my teeth every now and then and use some mouthwash. Maybe then they'll go with me. Maybe they just don't want to be associated with a crazy person like me. I can't blame them. Well, also, I have a rather a long prayer list, and it could get a little bit longer. We can always have room in there. You I mean, just to let you know some of the prayer requests that we have here. We have praying for some people that I know, some people that are looking for work, some people that are working, and this coronavirus is shut down a lot of different places. And so, yes, we're going to be praying that the coronavirus also just leaves. I mean, we know that a lot of places are being locked down. My mother can't receive any visitors, uh, and also some people can't visit their homelands. You know, right now Manila is under lockdown, so people who want to go back to Manila they can't. Some people haven't been able to get uh, constant electricity. In some countries because of different circumstances, and also with all that stuff that happened with with the volcano over in Philippines. There's been a lot of problems. Water. Some places don't have water coming into the house. They got to go get it. You know. Uh, we also have one lady who has a problem with her leg that is swelling up, and we're, we're we're going to be praying for that. The reason why I don't say the name is because I think it's better if I get their permission before I put their name out here. But God knows their name. Okay. And like I said, my mother, she's locked down. She has throat issues. She has leg pain. Another lady has IBS. Another man that I know got into a motorcycle accident and he's recuperating. And we're going to pray for that. So there's a small congregation over here in Brandon, Florida, which is looking to purchase a new church building. So that's something. Of course, now with this, now I don't even know if they're coming together right now, which is kind of weird. I mean, I sent them a I sent them a I sent them a message, an email. Never got anything back. So I think I sent the message on their Twitter account and also their Facebook. So I really don't know what the story is. I don't know if they're meeting or what have you. I could imagine. Uh, things are getting kind of weird, but I don't really think that this should really upset the church that much. To tell you the truth, I know the president has said that gatherings of 10 or more. But like I said, if I think if we I think if we have face coverings, that even if we sneeze, it'll just stay with us, and you know, get some sprays or something, or make some disinfectants and wipe down the churches real good. Stay away from holding hands or hugging, which is kind of hard for me. I'm the kind of person I like to shake hands, but under this new world we're living in, it's kind of strange. Also, for me, I pray for motivation to exercise. I'm very much overweight, and I have to exercise to keep everything moving. motivation for that. Self motivation is very hard. And also the exercises that they give me for physical therapy for my legs, arms, and my back. And just make sure I write that down. Back also. Diet. It's very hard to do a diet, and that God will give me wisdom. And my birth certificate and other papers that are very important, discharge papers from the military. And the reason why I want to do this, I want to find this, is because in 148 days, August the 15th is my target date. I would like to be going to going to visit the Philippines and see how I can do that. And and I'm also going to be praying for the stores to be restocked. Especially for the older people who now are getting what they deserve, which is like an hour before time where they can actually shop and actually get some things, because they're the ones that are going to be the most vulnerable to the coronavirus. And at 62, I got to include myself, I guess. This is, I'm no spring chicken, as they say. So I'm going to include myself in this. I don't know what the age cutoff is, but well, anyway, I got plenty here where I'm at, no doubt about it. And we're also praying for the situation in Singapore, where they have reported 2 deaths over there from coronavirus. So my deepest prayer is that God would direct me where you want me to be, Lord. Use me where I am and change me into a better reflection of Jesus. And those down also, maybe I could do something there. Reach out during this time that we're not doing too much else. I can I can do that. God has been very good to me. He's gotten me out of different addictions. Drugs is gone. Dealing drugs, using drugs. Now, now I'm trying to cut down on watching regular secular television. What I want to do is just spend more time in Christian things, and maybe even study study to be a pastor or something. I don't know. See what God allows. Oh, it's been 24 minutes, so I've been talking a little bit. So I pray that everything goes okay with you people, and have yourself a blessed day. And stream, you sure you want to end? Yes, I'm sure I want to end.